Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie, and I'm coming to you live from my craft studio in Wasaga Beach, Ontario, Canada. So, welcome. I am late, and it's not my fault. Well, I suppose it is my fault. It's all my stuff, but I was here early. I was getting set up. My phone camera is being ridiculous again. That, how you use your fingers, zoom out or to zoom in and all that. So I was trying to do that. It was not working. It kept going black. It's doing that weird thing. I still haven't been able to find out why it does that, but it does that. And so eventually it's like, okay, just go or I think I got it to move a little bit. Then it was like totally zoomed in. It was like I'm showing this much of what I've got on my craft space. And it was like, well, that's not going to work. I couldn't get it to stay on to, zoom back out a bit. Anyway, eventually I booted myself out of the meeting because I couldn't even get the leave button to work. So start again, go back in, and it's still not doing it right. So I have adjusted my camera stand a little bit of a funny view. It's not ideal. It would be really nice if I could just zoom my camera to be exactly what I want, but apparently not today. So, you got to work with what you've got, which today is not as much as I would like. But anyway, I'm here, and that's the main thing. Okay, I am here. So if you are here, do say hello. Let me know that you are watching or that you're catching the replay or whatever it is you are doing. And thank you so much for joining me and for watching this. I do really appreciate it. Okay, just going to see if see if this other technical device is working because, don't count on anything, right? But it looks like it's good. Okay, so today, um, what do I have to share with you today? Okay, sweet sale. There is a sale on sweets or any portion of sweets. It's a BOGO sale, so when you buy one, you get the second one at half price. It will be the lower priced item. So just, kind of watch and pick and choose and select and all the rest of it. But hello, Lorna. Thanks for joining me. Sorry, I am late. Technical, all that. Anyway, I am glad you are here. I'm glad you persevere and watch for my little notification, but I think it does that. Anyway. So that is still on for the rest of this month. The virtual album retreat. What an awesome event this is going to be. I have never done one, but it's a whole year of scrapbooking, 12 double page layouts. So that's that's fantastic. And there was all sorts of ideas of things that, it's like a year. Oh gosh, I don't know what I would put in. What would I take pictures of? So they're talking about a year in the life. So it could be a year in your life, a year in the life of your child, of your grandchild, of your dog, of your cat, a year in the life, if you're doing a lot of traveling, a year of everyday moments, just, everyday life, things that we don't necessarily think to capture, but um, it's a big piece of our memories is just, our day-to-day lives. So maybe take a photo of that weird looking thing that's growing in your garden that's probably a weed, but it looks kind of pretty and you're going to leave it for now or or your craft space that's maybe not too tidy and then another picture of when it is tidy and just everyday things that you do because that captures your life and it documents you. One of the close to my heart makers that came over to Stampin' Up was I remember she was talking about scrapbooking in the early days and just letting people know what they were going to do and all that stuff and her life as a scrapbooker and that sort of thing. And she said your birth certificate documents that you were born and your death certificate documents that you died, but your scrapbook documents that you lived. And I just thought that was so So marvelous, so true. And and so if you don't have some of those things, photos and scrapbooks and journaling, even if it's just a little bit of journaling, because I know some people really don't like it. Other people love to tell the story. Junk journals are huge right now. And it's just, your notes, your doodles, your thoughts, your jots, your and then some pictures and things. So anything at all. Your kids, your grandkids, they will look back on those things fondly. And if do it as a craft, you get to have all that enjoyment making them. So everybody wins. Okay, speaking of craft, let's do some. I am going to put this down here and oh gosh, oh, everything's sagging. Because I'm thinking that's worse than it was. But let me see. Oh goodness. See if I can get this fixed a little bit. This needs to come up, maybe. These these holders are adjustable, but that's not really what I want to do. This is more what I want to do, and maybe this one. Um, they don't they don't unscrew easily, and then they're hard to tighten. And I, of course, had been playing with it, so it's a little bit messed up. Oh, that's not bad there. Let me see if I can tighten it here, and we're gonna go with it. I'm not gonna touch it. It's maybe I can. Oh, okay. I think it is what it is, and hopefully it doesn't slide and fade and all the rest of that too much. Okay, so let's get to the fun stuff, shall we? This. Oh, okay, so I need to be over here. This is what we are going to make today, and it's just a little treat holder box. Isn't that fun? Oh, I thought this was so cute. A fellow demonstrator, Brenda Quintana, shared this and the instructions for it, and I thought, oh, that is just so cute, and I need to make it. I need to share it. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. Whoop, it's covering the lid of the jar is covered up. So it is the uh, sweet jar. I think that's the name of it, Sweet Jar Punch that we're using. And this has been out for a while. There is a stamp set that coordinates with it. I do not have that stamp set, but ooh, sneak peek, what's coming? This coordinates with a Christmas stamp set that is out, and that I did order. I don't have it yet. It will be live for customers in July. I have, as a demonstrator, I've been able to order it on pre-order. I'm sinking. I'm fading. Oh my goodness. See, once you get this set up, you should never touch it, but I should try and get it set up for the funky phone. Uh, anyway, Christmas in July, my monthly card class next month, July, is going to be Christmas. It's Christmas in July, and next month is July. And we're going to use this punch to make some cute cards. So that is coming. But today you're going to have a little peek at this for another project. Okay, so I started to do this and I thought, oh, I should do this, I should do all these steps on the live. So here we go. I have a piece of cardstock. This is Blueberry Bushel, and it is 7 3/4 by 3 1/8. Okay. And I scored it. But really, what you want to do is attach your designer series paper first and then do the scoring. So the scoring is on both the designer series paper and the cardstock. So this piece of designer series paper is 4 1/4 by 3. And I am just going to glue it on one side. So it's, you may have noticed when I did this, there's designer series paper on the front and the sides, but the back is just the plain cardstock. So I'm going to put this right at this right edge, and there's just a little border of cardstock there that you can see. And that's okay because that was the plan. This is 3 inches and this is 3 and 1/8. 3 and 1/8. That's tricky, 3 and 1/8. So it's just a little bit narrower. Okay, and now I am going to bring in my trimmer and I am going to score it again. So on the long side, when I say on the long side, it means put the long side up against your ruler. And we are going to score at 3/4. And that one's already done, so I'm going to skip it because there's no paper there. 3.5 light gray blade. Don't use the dark gray or you will not have a box anymore. 4 1/4. And 7. So I need to just open this arm, spot for this, see if this is even still in the camera. I'm not sure whether the other stuff was in the camera. Hopefully it was. Okay, there we go, 7. Okay, so there is the scoring. Now we will do some more scoring. Actually, you know what? Perhaps while we're here, I will bring in, this is basic white cardstock, but I've used the thick cardstock. I don't know that you need to, but I thought it might be just a little bit better. I'm sinking again. I'm sinking. I'm sinking. It's like I'm melting. The Wicked Witch. Yeah, there we go. So I've used thick cardstock just to make my box base a little bit sturdier. And this is 5 3/8 by 5 3/4. And on this one, I am going to score at 5/8. I'm using the ruler on this side this time. So 5/8 and 1 3/8. Oh, that's a little bit tricky. I perhaps shouldn't do that. Okay, we're going to turn this way. 1 3/8, and then it's easy to see where I'm going. So we're going to do that on all 3 corners. So all 4 sides. Fine. 5/8, 1 3/8. 1 2 3. Go. 5/8. 1 3/8. 8. One. Okay, now we are finished all the scoring, so I can get rid of this. Put up there. I can fix this a little bit. Okay, back to this guy. So now what we're going to do, we're going to bring in our jar punch, and I'm going to, because I've got these score lines on the front now, I can see, and my punch is just a tiny bit wider. My punch frame, the punch is not wider, but the punch frame, so I can see going in that I have it pretty much nice and centered. And I'm going to just punch as I push it all the way in. Push it, but because it's double, it's a little hard to push, so I set it down on the table to do it. So there we go. So now we have this lovely, look at this pretty decorated jar. Do you think that's going on another project? Could happen, could happen. Okay, and then, oh, I knew I was going to lose this. Nope, it's not completely lost. Then we need a piece of window sheet. Do you see it? Can you see it? Okay. Oh gosh, there's some shine. You can see it. So this piece of window sheet is dee, 2 and 5/8 by 3. So I am going to come in here. I'm going to use my liquid glue. Now, as you know, if you follow me, I always tell you to be stingy with your liquid adhesive because a little bit goes a long way. For this, you really want to be sure that you're not putting too much glue on here because the window sheet will push it flat and spread it, and you don't want it getting up into your cutout area. This just fits right in between those score lines. And then just give that a nice press. You can see that the glue is smushing, but it is not going into my cutout area. Okay, so there is the window sheet. Now we are going to fold this guy on all the score lines. And this, I mean, a bone folder is important for everything. It's especially important for 3D projects, and it's hugely important for a 3D project where you have a double layer like this. You definitely want to give that a good press to burnish it, just so you can get some nice edges. You got to put a little muscle into it. Let me go back and do this one again. These are a little easier because they're just a single layer of cardstock. But there we go. Okay, and then I am going to bring in my tear and tape. I was gonna say I had some out here. Where did it go? Okay, and then I am going to put this on the outside of this so that this is going to be the outside. Okay, so you could do it on either one, but just plan your sides. So, and I don't really need this to be double, but I am going to do it double just because then it'll hold everything. That because we're sliding the box in and out, there won't be any little sticky outy edges to catch or anything. Okay. Pull the backing off. Oh, it's sticky. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to fold this in and then just fold this in half and lay that down flat. Then I'm going to give it a nice press using my bone folder, and then it is perfectly aligned. Okay, so there we go. I also have a little piece of silver foil here, and I'm going to just punch the jar lid. Okay, so I don't need the whole jar. I just needed a small piece of the silver foil, specialty paper. And then I am going to glue this maybe. Yeah, I don't want too much glue. This is a full bottle, but it's just being a little bit pesky. I'm going to drop that right into the cut out or punched out area. Just reaching inside to give it a good firm press. Okay. So that is almost ready. I'm going to bring in a strip of basic white cardstock, and I have blueberry bushel ink, and the sentiment I'm using is not from this one. Mixed labels, okay, for a great friend. So I thought that would be nice. And then this can be for any purpose, but you could have it, you could make these theme for Halloween or something. You could do it for a birthday and put happy birthday on there. You can, there's lots of things obviously that you could do. I'm just keeping this one very generic. Oh my, this is really frustrating. Okay, give this a quick clean off. Oh, and then what I'm going to do, I want to put this on with dimensionals, but I'm going to need the little guys. And because I mean, you would never really see because people aren't generally going to be doing that, but I want the dimensionals on the outside. So I am going to put them on my box, which is somewhat unconventional. It's not generally how we do things. We usually put the dimensional on thing that we're going to stick down. But anyway, this too will work. Get the backs off it is. Okay, and this is obviously longer than I need, but I did that on purpose. So I'm just going to center that. Give it a little press. And then I'm going to come in with my paper snips and starting just, so it's glued down. So it's a little bit tricky to get under, but you can. And I'm just going to come up on an angle. And then it's easier to do this way, I found. So I'm going to come in here, also on an angle. And you just have nice little banner ends on. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do, maybe, oh, we're good. It's all okay. So I have some of the, is this one called? Oh, not that one, where's my logo? Silver edged ribbon, I think, or something. This is a last chance product, so it was still available, but if you love it and you need it and you want it, get it now because when it's gone, it's gone. And it's great for anything festive, really, because it's got silver on it. And then you can I'm just making just a simple knot. Cut that at an angle. Oh, it's a little longer than I wanted. So trim that off a little bit. Hopefully it's, yes, that's plenty of length. And I'm just going to put it up at near the lid of the jar. Okay. So, okay. Now the other bow I pulled a little bit tighter because I had cut it almost a little short, but these glue dots are a little bigger than this sheer ribbon knot. So I'm just rolling it a little bit with my thumbnail so that I don't have extra sticky sticking out. Don't want the sticky sticking out. Hey, I'll put that right there. Hello, Donna. Thanks for stopping by. So now we just have a little bit, actually, you know what? I'm going to put this down. Oops. I'm pulling my lid off. Just wanted to pull this. Okay. Adding bow, take 2. Those are very sticky glue dots. Try this again. whoops, it actually came right off. It's all good. We got it. We're on there, and I'm just going to put it down a little bit this time. Let's still go up. There we go. Okay. Onwards. We are moving on. Okay. The box. It doesn't really matter which way you cut this because it's almost square. It's a little longer this way. Okay, so I'm going to cut it this way, and I am going to come in, and so I've just turned it. So let's say this is the bottom. Turning it, I'm going to come in here and cut straight through 2 score lines, and then I'm going to come and just cut on an angle because when we're tucking in tabs, we want to get rid of a little bit of the tab because it just makes things too bulky. Okay, and then I'm going to come, so second score line now, and I'm going to cut straight up here. Okay, so that whole thing comes out, and then I'm going to take this off, and I've gone just a little bit below that score line. Okay, I'll go to the opposite edge so that my tabs are on the same, they're all going in the same direction. It would still work if you did it this way, as long as you didn't cut the whole tab off. It would still work. Just you'd have one tab going one direction and one going the other direction. Just a little odd, but your box would still, once your box was together, no one would know. But we'll aim to do it all the same direction. Okay. So same thing on all 4 corners. Ultimately, you are taking the 3 edge pieces off, okay, and creating a tab this way. We almost had one tab going the wrong way, or going a different way. Which would have been wrong. Okay. Don't this last bit off. Okay. Again with the bone folder. And we are just going to clean the back off. A bit of goop there. Good. And I'm going to burnish, fold and burnish on all of these score lines. Everything folds inwards. And we're creating a box, so there's no mountain and valley that you need to worry about. Everything just folds in as if you were closing up the box. Yep. Okay, one more fix maybe will do us till we get this done. I don't know. Depends how quickly it sinks, eh? And then I'm going to bring back, you can use liquid glue for this. You can use tear and tape, which I am using, or you can use your Seal Plus. It's a stronger adhesive than just the Seal. So any of those adhesives work for 3D projects. I just like the tear and tape because I'm perhaps not patient enough to hold it in place for the liquid glue to set up. So the liquid glue is fantastic when you're doing something with a small border. Gives you that little bit of time to wiggle and get things straight. But that also means that if you're making a 3D project, that when you first stick your pieces together, you have wiggle time, and you know, if you move your fingers or something, you might wiggle it, and that's not what you want when you're putting together a 3D box. So you just have to be patient and hold it in place. And it's a very strong adhesive. It will work just fine. Just as I say, you need to be a little bit patient, and that's not always my strength. Oh. Hello, Kathy. Thanks for stopping by. You're home from work, eh? There we go. Okay, and then this just folds in like a box. Okay, I'm gonna put those tabs in. I'm going to fold. Okay, maybe I'll just fold these down first. It doesn't matter whether you do the ends or the sides first, it's all going to come together. You just want to make sure your little tabs are inside and not score this guy correctly. He feels like he's in a wrong spot. Let's see if this guy goes okay. Looks like it might be a little bit, looks like I might have moved it or something. It's not quite lovely, but we're going to make it work. We're going to refold as we go, and then we'll burnish it at the end, and it will be fine. We'll be fine for a box. Hopefully it fits. It's going to give that a nice squish, 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 squish. Hopefully it fits. The other one fit. I don't know. So nervous being on camera. It fits. We're good. Look at that. It fits just fine. So there we go. Aren't they cute? And if you have everything cut and ready, you just have to put them all together. They don't really take that long to make. It's just a little bit of me and, time messing around with the camera. I love technology so much when it, does all the things that it's supposed to do. But when it's misbehaving, it does make life a little tricky. But anyway, it is what it is, right? So there you go. Oh, Oscar's coming in. So we're gonna have a little invasion of cat. He has been very seeking attention, shall we say. Pesky is another word. When I was trying to finish off this first box, it was like, Oscar, I can't work with you like right here. I need to be able to see what I'm doing, and I need to get this done because I need to go live. And yeah, I might have been a little bit late getting it all put together, but it's all good. We're here. We have two cute little treat boxes. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed the project, and I hope you have an awesome evening. I love hanging out with you and sharing crafting, and I hope you like this little box. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.